Hello collective, I hope that you all are doing well. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you that are new, welcome. I am Nicole. A couple quick announcements, and then just know that it's the weekend. My household is full and every now and again noisy, so please bear with me if you hear any background noise, such as my life is. If you're familiar with this, you know it's very real, very unedited, very this is my life, so there it is. So I want to say real quickly, all of the February 2025 reads are out minus Libra. Libra, you will be getting your reading shortly, so if those of you that have Libra placements, it is coming. I started it yesterday and then disruptions ended up happening, so wasn't the right time, I guess, right? So that's that. Very interesting read though with what I got through it, so we'll see how that shows up for you moving forward. So then second to that, channel memberships. Channel members, starting this month, give or take a day or two around the full moon, I am going to start running full moon videos for that time frame. So we'll dive into some different things with the full moons. It's something that I used to do when I had my brick and mortar stores, and now here we are. So I thought that was a really cool way to incorporate some learning for different things for those of you that are channel memberships. Now I will make it clear that those channel memberships are the ones that is the spiritual healing series and higher. So make sure you're in that top tier in order to get that. Only those members will have access to that. I also will say that I have a wonderful person who is helping me out with some things that are to come in the future. So I would just ask for your patience, but it's going to, I think, make the channel a lot better. It's going to incorporate a lot of things as well. And I think it's just going to open up the community a lot more. So please bear with me as we kind of navigate some changes behind the scenes over the next month or so. So be patient with that, and I think you're going to see the difference in due time. Next to that, full of information today. Either I'm hoping this evening, no promises, depending on when this video actually uploads as well too. So this evening, or if not, maybe Sunday, and if not for some ungodly reason, then I will be doing a video. The one thing that I seen a few people say in the comments were, you know, what's on the shelves behind you? I would love to know. Well, you guys are going to get to find out soon. So do know that there's some product back there. There's a lot of things that you will, I'll go through, crystals and different things as well that I have carried in my brick and mortar places for years, and making some changes again to that way of doing things. And I would like to share that with what I've got left here with all of you. So do know it will be impromptu. Hopefully YouTube can send you the notification for the channel, so make sure you're a subscriber to the channel. Hit the notification bell for all notifications, and you will be notified of that time that I go live. So it's gonna depend on what I've got going on here and how much I can accomplish with the things that I absolutely have to do right now. So please, again, bear with me. With that, let's do a collective reading. Spirit, I was actually going to do Libras, and Spirit's like, no, collective. So yes, Spirit, here we are. We're going to do a collective read real quick, see what's going on. I do feel like there's a lot of energy floating around, a lot of spirit potent energy that is flowing around at this time. We're moving into that full moon in Leo here. I think that's on the 13th of this month. So Pallas Athena, think 30, number 3. This is collaborations. This is working together. This is like, you know, two brains are better than one. Like, what can we accomplish when we set our minds to certain tasks, who we're connecting with, and what it means to us on a personal level to be involved in something that is beyond our typical selves, is what Spirit is giving me. I'm going to take, there's 3 cards here, but I'm going to take it, that moon card. So talking about that full moon, there it is, number 19, which is also the sun card in the traditional tarot. So it's kind of funny that in this particular, it's Astro Star Codes Astro deck, I think is what it's called, that the 19 in this particular deck is the moon, 19 in the traditional Rider-Waite is the sun. So we have the 5th house of passion, creativity, exploration, community, Spirit saying self-establishments and harmony that join us at the forefront when we are ready to make changes. So all spiritual information there. Lastly, 2nd house of resources, so that is Taurus energy as well. I've seen Taurus popping up quite a bit, and I know astrologically I think there's something going on with Taurus right now. I'm not up to par on what all is transpiring in the astro codes, if you will. And then underneath, trine sextile symbiosis, so some creativity again. those trines can be very beautiful and magical whenever we come together in community, right? So check this out. Like, you see this big bird, right? She's kind of leading the way, and she's got these other little birds around her. So some other individuals that are partaking in something here. Know that if you're spirit, okay, if you're coding, C-O-D-I-N-G, coding, whatever that means for you, discern that accordingly, seems to be off. It's going to be about the divine timing of how things happen, when they happen, and why they happen at the time that they do. If you are ending up collaborating with other people, everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody needs to be on that same timeline. Other people around you may be dealing with spirit variables to certain things. So it's like, as long as we're willing to work together as a community, as a group, or in these collaborations and or connections, then everything will, spirit will be splendid in due time. But it's allowing all of the little quirks or the kinks to work themselves out in the interim. And I feel like that's that moon energy. By the full moon, you're going to have a much more clear picture as to where you need to divide, divide dividends, okay? Divide yourself, and where your attention and focus is going to need to go for the sake of flow. So, cool energy. I like the way that Spirit is bringing this reading in. It's a bit different than what I'm used to seeing for you all. So, okay, so Spirit, right. We're going to clarify these cards and see what else comes up. So with this Pallas Athena, glows. What's glowing right now, collective? Is it you? Is it something that you're contending with? Spirit is saying 8 of Pentacles. You're working, you're thinking, you're putting your thinking cap on, developing a game plan for the long-term future and longevity of the goals in which you wish to receive, is what Spirit is giving me. 6 of Pentacles. Some people around you, there's the Tower and the 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles just showed itself too. So this could very well be work, finances, career, stability. Leo is not an earth sign, but again, that impact of Taurus is playing a role here just intuitively for me. Don't know what's going on with Taurus. Again, I will reiterate that. So check out what's floating in the ethers. I'm a little behind schedule on that stuff. The Tower showing up in the background. Some surprise interactions may take you by surprise as we move through into this full moon. See, 5 and 8 is 13. So 13 is going to be specific, February 13th. I really do think that that's when the full moon is. Again, I could stand corrected, so check that out as well. But this is like finally like going from that student-teacher aspect to you being the student rather than the teacher. You're learning some information, but in the interim, I do feel like some of you are still teaching somebody something. Like, you're working on, multiple people here are concentrated and working on something that they, Spirit said, knew little of, but it's worth exploring. Okay, so it's a cool way of like, it's like putting on your armor and getting ready to go into battle, but I don't think this is a battle per se, right? Not the battle that we envision it to be, like it's a fight. I don't feel like that's what this is. This is like armoring yourself up with the tools that you need necessary to achieve what you're setting out to do at this time. Spirit, it will be different for all. So this could be family, this could be home, this could be resources, right? It could be lots of different things. So for each of you, it's really going to depend. 2 of Cups, but it is bringing something together, right? The 2 of Cups, 2 people. Justice is also about balance. So where somebody may feel they lack in a entrepreneurial type of sense, somebody else is coming in and infusing it with love. There's like, I feel like there's a working dynamic here of somebody with like the tangible things and or resources, and then somebody else is coming in with like the emotionality of a situation and going, here's what I can represent to you. This is what I am in this, like, this is my part in this dynamic. This is your part in this dynamic. Using those 2 things, what do we do to create a spirit, a legal deficit? I don't know what that means. The letter F could be of importance as well. But it's like, when we talk about justice, we talk about the balance. That's that Libra energy. I'm still waiting on Libra's video to come out, right? Here we are. But it is somebody also, Spirit, saying taking the reins. It's grounding energy. Make sure you're grounding yourself at this time. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Pump away the toxins in the body as well. Spirit is saying, I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose, can't treat, blah, 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 blah. But flushing the body system as well. It's like you're getting ready to, expand. 8 of Swords. Some of you could have had fear around like your passions. See, in the past, something that you've worked on or tried to create could have felt stifled. I feel like there's a nervousness and a fear here that Spirit is asking you to alchemize. We have 2 8s. Yeah, 2 8s on the table here. You no longer have to worry about what you thought couldn't be. You no longer have to feel embattled. Now, some of you, when you're looking at these new things that are going on in your life after this full moon, I stand corrected, Spirit, up until the full moon, you could feel like they're really heavy. Everything is coming to a complete culmination of timelines too. So timelines could be merging. Your timeline could be merging with another person's timeline. There's a lot here about alchemy, the duality, or the temperance, the Libra card, 2 of Cups. It's bringing something together for the benefit of all of humanity. All good could be your family, right? It could be many things. But the 7, 8, and 9, like I feel like these last couple steps of whatever this has been collective is you're moving through it a lot faster than you anticipated. So as you're making these moves, you're healing in the process. You could feel like you've got like mud balls being slung at you. It's like this and that and this and that. 11:11 on the clock as I look up there. You're going to be fine throughout this. It's asking you to work with the energy as it shows up for you. It's moving you into your 10 of Pentacles. So family, legacy, home, security, stability, getting a clearer direction, the choice around, you're going to, some of you are going to have really significant choices to make. I've said to quite a few of my clients that I've talked to in their personal appointments, and I think that I've brought it up a couple of times too in the collective video or the sign videos for February and whatnot, and even the weeklies for Scorpio. It's like we're at a place right now where everybody's got their own personal choice to make. We can either stay on the timeline that we've been on, or it's time to hop off and start this new journey moving forward. You only have control of your timeline. You only have control over yourself and what you're planning on doing and where it is that you're going. When those timelines that you are on have to do with somebody else, right? There goes the dryer, as always. We don't have control of whether or not those people choose to join us. So you could feel like things could be kind of sticky, stagnant. You're waiting on someone else to make a decision or see, like, it's like, be the observer right now. Pay attention to what other people are doing, because it's going to tell you where they fit into your life. Like, what's going on in their world? Are they going to jump that timeline with you? Are they going to shift with you into this higher vibrational place that you are moving towards? Or are they going to stay where they've always been? If they choose to stay where they have always been, you must know, Spirit, you must know that that's where they're supposed to be. That's the choice that they're making for their self, for their own soul's journey. The other thing I just noticed as I was talking, I said you have 7, 8, 9. What came out and came flying out very heavily was the 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10. This is moving you past that ending point. You're past the closure of something collective with this full moon. It's either coming to an end or it has already ended, and now you're beginning to look forward to the future. You're looking forward to the next steps, the next horizons, the next places, the next things, and where you are going. And that can be in any realm: love, life, family, yourself, your spiritual journey and practices, all of the things. And I'm going to tell you, and again, something I said before, and I'm going to repeat it here, is everything is bleeding over into the other. So if you're making changes in your work, it's going to affect your family life. It's affecting your family life. Does it make it easier? Does it make it not easier? Does that then have an impact on those around you? What kind of energy are you putting out? What kind of energy are you getting back? 14 on the clock. Again, that of temperance, that healing energy, right? So it is affecting all these things. But I'm going to tell you, Spirit, you have never looked more beautiful as a wounded soldier than you do right now. So if you are expecting to come out of the battles of the past, and I think that it's like a 3D perception that when we come out of things, we should look tired, exhausted, run down, beat up, bruised, scuffed up, whatever it might be. You're stepping out of that into this new collective feeling of Spirit, all is well. It's like, if I don't look bad, did I really get through something? Like, do I look like I've been through a battle? Do I look like I've been through war? You're not supposed to say that way, right? You could have a bad day, but get it together the next day. pull yourself together here, collective, right? Like, you don't have to look like you've had the shit kicked out of you in the process. So, King of Swords, you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here, Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The focus, I think, has been about the money or the finances, the resources for a long time. In the last month or so, Spirit is saying you could have been pushed towards moving into, and when I say Leo, that was, okay, we had that in Cancer. I'm just thinking out loud, sorry. When we talk about that time frame, then all of a sudden it feels like it shifts into more of a mental space, right? Did you let your mental worries get the better of you in the last couple of weeks? Are you letting the worry take over? I don't feel like for the most of you that you are. I feel like you do recognize there are choices to be made. How do we come together to create a better establishment, Spirit, for the people? So this could be big scale too. I'm going to say that doesn't mean just in your everyday life. I will tell you, during the period of, how do I want to word this? We'll say the pandemic. We'll call it that. There was a shift where we seen energies split off. Then, was it the year before last, in 23, we seen it happen again. Last year was about the self, cleaning up the self. This year, we're going to see energies split off again. You have no control. Hear me. Spirit, hear me, hear me, hear me. You have no control over what another person does. Stay in your lane. And I'm going to say to that too, like, I was on online the other day and I seen a bunch of political posts, like people just ripping each other a new ass, left, right, and sideways. And I literally was like, popcorn emoji, right? Eyeball emoji. Sit back and watch the shit show go down. Watch people rip each other apart because they're scared. They're fearful. They're scared of the unknown territory of what this means. Spirit, wake up. Wake up. The divide is within us, not within others. Okay, it's what area are you coming alive in? What spot in this? What hand do you play in the collective unity as well? Are you bridging gaps or are you creating them? And I think all of you know what I'm talking about as far as that goes, right? So this moon energy here, Spirit, High Priestess, the unknown, 110% the unknown, needing to lean more into your psychic abilities, your intuitive abilities. I'm going to say this. I have always told people, like, for me personally, and I think it's a great way to be, somebody's always got their opinion, right? I mean, opinions are assholes. Everybody's got one, right? You've got your opinions of other people. And I say, do take into consideration another person's viewpoint, because you do stand to learn something, right? Either about that person or about the situation that you did not know. So be open to exploring what information is coming out. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it personally. But take all of that. It's like when we are, I don't know, I'm going to say in our 20s, right? I think our 20s is a good perceptivity for this. That we don't know a whole lot about life. We like to think we do, but we're learning a lot. So we ask, our mom for advice, our dad for advice, our best friend for advice, our best friend at work for advice. And, everybody's got a different viewpoint on it. So they're like, oh, you could do this, or I would do that, or I would, blah, 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 blah. It's fine to take all that information in. I could say fact check it. Know what you're talking about, right? Are they accurate if there's something factual more than just an opinion in that? Is there proof to back it up? And second to that as well, you're able to formulate your own opinion for what is best for you after you get that advice. Take in as much information, sit with it, because the unrevealed will show itself. You're going to see symbols, synchronicities of what that looks like. And some people will be there to kind of want to hold you back. Their advice and or opinions could be ones that are going to constrain you. So you need to be mindful of those energies around you. Somebody too could also take a very stiff stance on their possessions, their material world, wanting to kind of fight. I don't want to say fight over it, but it's like they're like, this is where I stand and I'm not making a movement on any of this. do know, again, they have the position to have control of their life. And if that is the position in which they choose and it does not resonate with you, let it go. Not your problem, even if that means letting other people out of your world that you thought you would never lose. This second house of resources is a 40, so it breaks down to a 4. What comes out with that? The 4 of Swords. So after a period of healing, resting, recoup, some of you could be trying to recoup funds. And I forget whose video, there was something similar to that. Whatever you've spent is going to be returned. Any illnesses that you may be going through, I think they're going to clear themselves up in the next 4 weeks. You will also have answers around that. I will not speculate or go into that too much because, I'm not a doctor, right? You're going to need to take some time to rest, because I seen this for Scorpio, and I told them a while back, like, get your rest for a weekend read. You're going to need it. I've seen these little dips and highs and lows in Scorpio's read, the duality there. Collective, I will say for you, same kind of vibe here. You're going to see things bump up and then slow, and then bump up and slow. Once it gets on that steady track of that fair, just energy of Libra, where it just stays consistent, that's where you're really going to need the reserves, right, to navigate what is coming. And so enjoy this, enjoy any breaks that you get right now. Make sure you're taking really good care of yourself. Withdraw from the negative responses from people. Don't let them get in your head. Double the healing here, collective, the Star, the 4 of Swords and the Star. And I've seen that come up for, again, that may have been Scorpio in their weekend read. So the Star energy is hope, inspiration, good, sound, solid mental health here, 4 of Cups. It's like acknowledging certain things. I feel like this 4 of Cups collective is not you. This is, you could have put some pressure on somebody, or could be on the verge of having a communicational moment that puts pressure on somebody. While you're patiently waiting, you're still working towards your North Node. You're still working towards your North Star, right? You're doing the things for yourself, alchemizing that star again with that energy to make things happen for yourself. And you could have been, I feel like this hand that's coming out of the ethers collective is you offering something to somebody, going, oh, here it is. What are we going to do? And that 3 of Cups is like looking at what is dried up, what is barren, what is not beneficial to you, going, but this is what I know, well, for whoever you're dealing with, this is what I know. And you making that offer is interesting, because I see it on a, for my third eye, like some people are like, they could be sitting there with their arms crossed and folded, and when you offer them that cup or that information or that emotional energy, for some of them, you're making them think twice. Like, you may think they're ignoring you, but they're not. They realize that in something that you say, and it could be like a one-liner kind of thing where, I don't want to say that the writing is on the wall, but the way you show up is very sincere to what you mean. It's like, I mean what I say what I mean, I do what I'm got, I say I'm going to do, kind of thing. Like, you're genuine in your approach with this 4 of Cups. The other person to this situation, though, is coming from a place of worry. You may also be in a place of worry as to how they're going to respond. Are they going to continue to sit up under that tree? Alexis Harris, she says, the tree sitters, the 4 of Cups. You're dealing with a tree sitter. They're pouting, maybe licking their wounds. I don't know, maybe, we'll see. Some of you, that's just the way that it is. For others of you, you have grabbed some attention. They may not want you to know that they see you. They may not be certain of how to respond to your approach to something, but do know that you have gotten their attention. I will say to you, in Spirit is saying, what the confirmation is to know the difference here is, do you feel more at peace with what you have said or done in regards to a particular situation? Because if you feel like, I'm good and in time I will know, you've done exactly what you needed to do. You have this person's attention or this situation's attention, and what you need to know from that is they have the right to make their own choices. They can still sit with their 3 of Cups, or they can move on from that 4 of Cups, and take the offer that is being gifted to them from the universe, and potentially whatever that gift is via the universe is coming through by means of you. So, I've said to Scorpio in the past, right? You're their karma, Scorpio kind of thing. You're playing a role right now in this matrix. You're playing a role for somebody else to kind of step up to the plate. And for those of you that are more spiritually involved, do know this is part of your path. You are there to kind of show others the way forward. Again, lead a horse to water, can't make them drink. If they choose to show up, fantastic. If they don't, what are you going to do? Tie a rope around their feet and drag them with you? You can't. I mean, you could. I think it's cruelty. It's probably a criminal charge. Don't do that, right? So that's how it feels to me. You're getting decisive on something, making forward movement and progress. They get to decide. There it is. I said it's like you're handing out, no better card just to back up what I just said. You are handing out that offer. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. A potential new beginning for somebody who wants to sit under their tree and pout. Stop pouting. If you're the cross watcher here, in any capacity, if you're just trying to see what's going on in the ethers, ask yourself, like, am I sitting under my tree pouting? Am I not seeing what's being offered? And Spirit's saying, like, you may feel like this situation or person, if this is you who are sitting under the tree, something's provoked you. It's provoking. It's I don't know, provocative. It's not the right word, but you've been provoked to make some kind of decision here that it was just easier to do nothing than it was to do something, right? So, I don't know. For those of you that are watching, I do feel like this is mainly you going, here's this offer. Dare you join me? Would you join me? Please join me. I think those of you that have found a level of acceptance to things, it's like when we get rejected, or we could be dealing with rejection and abandonment wounds around this time as well, that Leo energy is coming through to kind of give us that confidence boost to get done what we need to do, where we may have too been just sitting, right? I feel like you also have been sitting for some time, but the difference here is you're using that potent energy of Leo to begin something new, right? To have the confidence to move towards what you're going, what you've desired to go to for a really long time. You're taking that initiative, and you're probably dealing with somebody who is not taking the initiative to join you. Again, some of them, Spirit, 25% of them, like they're side-eyeing and listening, going, okay, I heard what you said, let me think about this. Spirit's saying you may not get, hold on. The communication may not come through the way you're expecting it to, though. So don't get caught up on how it turns out, or like the way they respond, or the words that they say. Like if you're looking for something emotionally profound, they might say one thing and then the rest is like kind of dry again, Spirit is saying. So don't get hung up on the way they say it. Pay attention to what they're doing with it, okay? So there's that. All right, what else for this second house of resources? Three of Swords. When we talk about healing, there's the Three of Swords, the Star, the Four of Swords. I said 25% of them may be on board with what is happening. 75% of them may disappoint you all. And you're like, so this is how we're going to leave things. This is where we're going to end up. Yes, we've had misunderstandings in the past. Yes, I'm trying to forgive myself. Yes, I'm trying to forgive you. But we still need to move on in a positive forward direction, right? The Three of Swords to the Ace of Pentacles. Again, the Three of Pentacles. I'm willing, and Ten of Cups. I'm willing to work with you if you're willing to work with me. I'm willing to try with you if you're willing to try with me. But Spirit's saying the most important thing with this Trine and Sextile card is a new approach. What is it? Insanity is doing the definition of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Nothing is going to change. So if you're trying to heal things and work past power imbalances and all of the things that you need to release your emotions, Spirit, now is the time. You don't want to carry this baggage into what's to come. And I think that you're aware of some heartbreak and pain that's come from a particular situation, but you're working towards it. Knight of Swords, like you're going after, fearlessly braving those emotions and taking control of yourself. The Hermit, after, look at this, Temperance, the Hermit, the Emperor. I think that's a beautiful idea of what we go through, what we step into, some Sagittarius energy of expansion, and that is Jupiter. And then leaning into that hermit, which is us going within, right? Having those epiphanies, those aha moments, and going, okay, now I know how to do this. The emperor, he rules his kingdom. He doesn't need advice or, should he listen to his advisors? Sure, they may know something he doesn't, but he's able to handle the four foundations of himself and his life. So, and further to that, his kingdom. So this is establishing an empire of sorts for yourself and being willing to confront, the devils within, to be able and willing to confront the turmoil and the pain and go, I don't want to live with this kind of hanging over my head. Other people may do that. I don't think that's where you are at this point. The sun comes with this. Like, this is joyous, this is jubilant, this is that Leo energy again, right? New beginnings. It could be the birth of something new, a child. This is attracting. This is law of attraction working at its finest. It's calling in beautiful, wonderful things. And I talked about that confidence here. You're leaning into that confidence of that Leo energy, and you should. You absolutely should. You know what you've been through. You know where you're going, and you know what's happening in your world. The sun shows back up again. We're going to leave it right there. You're healing. You're doing miraculous amounts of healing. The death card, transitions, transformation, liberation, rebirth, painful truths, but willing to sit with those painful truths no matter how they turn out. So I think this full moon is going to be really empowering, that emperor, right? Really empowering, and it's going to be supportive to your dreams, your visions. And I think the only question here for all of you is, who's joining you on that ride? Who's going to participate? Who's going to fall away? Who's going to let their head run in them amok? What fear are they going to live in, rather than just stepping into this new union or collaboration, commitments to the future? It's like some of you are really building like powerhouse kind of energy that is, I dare call it empires, personal empires, and even spirit collectively. I'm not going to get political, but I will say this to you. We are watching things deconstruct rapidly. Things we never thought we would see. And everybody, and I don't want to see it in the comments, everybody's got a personal opinion, and you are so welcome to your personal opinion. Roll in it, relish in it, whatever, but don't be stubborn. We have to clean the slate. Things have to die so new things can begin. Get out of the idea of that duality of there's only black and white. And I've said this for Scorpio in multiple reads. There's a third way. Just because we as humans only see this or that, black, white, yes, no, there's a gray area. I mean, I would refer to it as stoplights for you. You've got green is go, red is stop, and yellow is caution. There's a third way. Like, yes, you can still go, proceed with caution, right? Like, allow yourself to go, and you can go on that, make that left turn on yellow. Everybody's fine. Just watch the path ahead. Watch what's coming your way. Spirit, be the yellow light right now, collective. Watch what's coming your way. You're going to know whether or not it's safe to cross. Plain and simple. So as these things on this bigger scale are happening, I'm going to bluntly, stay the fuck out of the black and the white. Be you. Stay in your own lane. Address it as it comes. Sit back, watch. I cannot tell you all enough in the next year. Sit back and be the observer. There are things that need to come to light in your own life and on a big scale. Let it happen. Could you imagine, if we continue to suppress the information that we need, we are going to be living a massive lie. In your personal life, Spirit is saying, in your professional life, Spirit is saying, in the mundane life that you have sometimes, in the big scale, big picture world events. Do you want to live in an illusion? Do you want to live in a lie? Do you want to live solely under moon energy? Or would you rather live in the sun and know the truth and see things for exactly what they are? For some of us, knowing that truth and having to sit in that truth feels like it burns the hell out of us and it hurts. It's like I will get sunburnt if I stay here too long. You might get burnt, but it's nothing that you can't heal from. It's nothing that won't get better in time. don't live in the illusion. Don't live in the lie. Don't live in, and I said it's like taking somebody's opinion, right? Take that opinion. Formulate your own. Formulate what works for you specifically. Okay? All right, Spirit. For this Pallas Athena. Taboo. Collection. You've learned enough lessons. Do you really want to do it again? Hell no. Terrible. You're also likely pushing boundaries that have not been pushed before. What can I say to this? Things that are forbidden. Somebody that has put rules or restrictions on you saying, you can't do it that way. You can't do it this way. That's not the way that it's been done. It's like, me personally, I don't believe in traditional government marriage. I think it's horse shit. You don't need a piece of paper signed off by the government that says you love somebody. My personal opinion, right? Take it, do with it whatever you want to. That becomes a control mechanism of the government, the institutions, and health insurance and all the other things, right? You've gained, collection, enough wisdom and knowledge to know that these restrictions are not worth the hassle of, it's like they try to refine and condition you, and it could be people in your life, and it's like, watch me, you tell me no, and you watch me go. Tell me no 1,000 times, 1,000 different ways to Sunday. I'm going to show you that is not the way this works. So it's like some people could be looking at you like you're really pushing the envelope. You're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. I can't help but think of like what the Grammys with Kanye West, whatever the hell he calls himself now, and Bianca Censeri. Like, there's tons of opinion out there right now about what's going on with that situation. But holy taboo, right? Do they press criminal charges? Do they not? Did she do something wrong? Did she do something right? Did she stand up for something? Is he crazy? Is she crazy? Like all the things, right? But it's about pushing the limits here. Stepping outside of the restrictions, whatever that might be. Maybe this is a push for her to not be under coercive control, if that's what's happening. Maybe this is her pushing the boundary of what she believes in, because I know there was something else going on that tied into that. But it's like that. It's the taboo. It's you can't do it that way. You're not allowed to do it that way. The collection of evidence says this is the way that it is, and your collection of evidence is going, this clips my wings. I can't fly. So that, and it's like two people too, and this could be in love, money, work, friendships, different things that are being seen by the public eye as well, where two things that you would typically not see work well together, you're finding emergence with that. Like, I've got this thing and you've got that thing. How do we make it work together? How does it work to our better benefit? Let's make this work, right? Let's test the limits. Let's see where this goes, because there's nowhere to go but up. So what if we're told no? What if we're rejected? Find another way. There is always a way around. Anything is possible if you believe it to be. If you say I can't, then there you go. No, you can't. You're absolutely right. I had a conversation with somebody this morning, and they said, forget who it was, the quote, who he was quoting, but whether or not, something to the, and I'm paraphrasing, to the effect of, either you can or you can't, but either way, you're not wrong. If you believe you can't, you won't. If you believe you can, you will. It's choice. Always your choice. With this 8 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 5th house of passions, creativities, Spirit also going expenditures, which I don't quite, I'm going to add that Spirit's take on something here with this. The work hard, labor, earning money, livelihood, independence, collective, significant financial independence, and then being able to convey that through your throat chakra and say, this is what I'm doing. I am working towards. I am going to have. I am gaining. This is my well-being we're talking about here, Spirit, for the next 20 years. This is what I know I need to do. And living in that creative place of that energy and making it happen, right? There's the obstacles, Spirit, the only obstacles you have are the obstacles you allow to be. Firm, wide awake, clean, decisive, hug, comfort, care, and closeness. The High Priestess, that moon energy, right? This is you being self-supportive, self-loving through a particular situation. I think it's likely you have people around you. Some people around you are going to uplift you and support that. Other people around you are going to withhold that love because they feel like you are not conforming to what they believe that you should be doing. And either side is staying very firm in that approach as to what that represents for them. But you also, Spirit, saying you know what you need, and right now you need rest. And that leans into that Four of Swords, the Star. Pause, journey, get ready. Like, you may have had to deal with a few things here and there, on and off, I don't know, legalities. I don't know if legalities is the right word. Maybe paperwork, contracts. I'm thinking of that Justice card right now that came through. Going out into the world, commitments, right? Anything that you need to put your name to, right? The commitments of the things that you are starting to do, maybe they are taking a little time to come into fruition. So everything may speed up, it may slow down. It may speed up, it may slow down. Enjoy this rest in the comforts of yourself in the meantime, because something better is on its way. It's being hand-delivered, signed, sealed, stamped with love from the universe. Bonfire. This could pertain to getting a new home. Safe haven, flame, home, song and dance, intuition. When we talk about this energy of this full moon having to do, and that Vesta card came out the other day as well, Hearth. I think it was Vesta. Was it Vesta? I think so. Hearth. And it's in this deck. And I remember it sticking out to me. It seemed like, I think that started off in Libra's read, now that I think about it. And then all the disruptions happened. So, you could find in that, as I say that there are people around you who are trying to disrupt some harmony, or they're not quite feeling, and there's the opposition, they're not quite feeling so empowered by your empowerment, right? So they could be kind of it's like Mario Kart, they're kind of throwing banana peels down in front of you, right? And you don't have to run over, Vesta, Hearth, there it is. You don't have to run over the banana peels. You can go around them, and you're going to get to decide if you go around those. Hearth and home, family, this bonfire, finding a safe haven for yourself where you can allow the creativity to flow, where you're no longer being stifled by somebody else's stuff, intuition and suspicion. I said, there's the adjust card, right? Adjust. You can, if you're on Mario Kart, you can turn the wheel and adjust to go around those banana peels, right? You're learning to stay away from the slippery slopes of, spirit, condemnation, if I could talk. So whatever that looks like, you're not allowing other people's ridicule to affect your harvest. But do know that it's still there. It's still there, and there's the unfinished business card. Loss of control. These people, these situations around you who feel like they're losing control of you or what you used to be. Again, there's going to be a tipping point here with this choice that comes through of whether or not they're going to lean into allowing you to be yourself, and they're going to be accepting of that, or they're going to be quite the opposite, and they're going to try to fight you. Do know that the fights, whatever that looks like, they're not going to last. If you've had issues with these people or persons or situations in the past, that fight's not going to take long for them to just kind of get over, because whatever you've done, Spirit has put a nail in their coffin. It's the final straw. It's the final curtain call. Like that chapter, that movie, that scene, finito. It's done. So, and they may come back around to you and going, well, what if we did this? What if we did that? Snake and basement. Your changes derail their lies. Your changes are showing, I said independence, and there it is, independence and single right next to each other with loss of control. The more you take position and authority over yourself in your new goals and where you're heading, the more the lies are seen. And I think that if there's been lies or a false narrative, people who have kind of done things in the dark, right, it's getting ready to come to light. Like, it's all coming to light. In June could be very specific to that too. So if you've been dealing with somebody or someone, something about that is going to really be flipped on its head. Spirit is saying, talked about that traffic light. Look, you've got 2 green lights in that card. There is no yellow light in this one. It's green, green, or red. Green, green looks good to me. The turning lane, and you can go straight. What you gonna do, right? So this is changing. It's changing all of that, right? It's good. It's a good energy. Spirit saying, give you one more on this one here. The snake. I love spirit. I said, starting with, like letting these things go, like they're going to make a choice and you have to decide, like, is it worth, you staying in? Ultimately, what this is going to lead you to with the full moon is about surrender, right? It's about letting go. It's about writing down the things that we don't need, addressing those on an emotional level and going, spirit, it's like, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I've given all I can. I've really tried. This is no longer for me. Open up, give it away, release it. It's time. It is the end of a major contractual situation in your life that frees you to go, here I am, God, like God, universe, Buddha, whatever you believe in, right? I'm a vessel. I am now this pure vessel that is no longer condemned. I am this pure vessel that is no longer, not even that those things, like the lies and stuff like these, they're still going to happen. But you're not willing to take it in. You're not willing to agree to the terms and conditions of who you're supposed to be based upon what other people believe you to be. Right? You're not buying that story. It's like somebody telling you that you're stupid over and over and over and over again. You begin to believe that story. Something within you, the dam has broken, that says, I am none of those things. I am me, and I'm proudly me, and I'm boldly me, and this is what we need to do because it's going to serve everybody in the long run better. And I'm an open vessel to that. I don't know where this goes. I don't know where it takes us. Small scale, big scale, it doesn't matter. But we're going to know something else that we didn't know before, and it's a truth. The truth of who we are, getting down to our authentic selves. The truth of what's been going on in the world around us for so long and we've all turned a blind eye to because we've been distracted with other bullshit. The truth is coming. How solid are you in your truth? It's a big collective message. And through that, through the loss of control, by letting everything fall to shit, miracles occur. In more ways than one. Miracles are happening every single day as a result of that. Trust the divine's process. Trust the divine's process. All right. Final words of advice for the collective on this read. Charmed, used, enabled, and bound. You're setting up phenomenal boundaries here and cut down. Like, you're cutting all of those things out. The karmics, the situationships, the bullshits, all the shits. Like, they've all got to go. All got to go. Not enough. Like, these cards, I don't think in all the time I've used this deck that I've ever seen these cards come out like this. Girl with a snake, charmed, used, enabled, boundaries, cut down, cutting it out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. Not enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, egos, fears, frustrations, backstabbing, heartbreak, pain, separation, loss, deceptions, and lies, shocking attacks. Ultimately, anything that hurts you. All of the things that have hurt you. You're finding power and purpose in. This grounding energy, stability, security, performance, and growth. I said to someone this morning, like, when those people or those situations show up as they do, and they've hurt you, and it's forced you to make decisions that you've had to pick yourself, which is good. It's a good thing. That you look back at them and tell them thank you. Be in gratitude of those difficult times, any opposition that they threw your way, because it's brought you to this very moment of who you are, the core of fiber of your being. Look what it has done for you. Would you be where you are right now had you not faced the things that you did? And I think, and I said to that person too, it's sad when we look at, I think as empaths, when we look at the other person and we understand why they're operating where they are, that we understand a soul connection to that person, that what it was meant to show us. And it's disheartening sometimes that they continue to make not so great choices, or it takes them so long to make that choice that maybe they've missed an opportunity, or they maybe missed the opportunity with you because you loved and cared so much. But be thankful. Be thankful under this moon. Be thankful every day, because look at who you've become. You've showed them things too about themselves along the way. I don't care if it's a job, I don't care if it's family. And look, the phoenix, you will rise again. You have transmuted that energy, and I've said to, I don't remember what sign it was, I said it's okay to change your mind. At one point, all of this past has served you. There's no further to go here. There's nothing more left to do with this situation. For advice moving forward, separation. You know, I've said it. I know I said it for Scorpio, and I've probably said it for other signs. It's going to make people mad. It's going to straight out piss them off. They're going to miss you. They're not going to know where they're going. Spirit, it is not your job to save them. Let them miss you. Let them feel some kind of way, because that pain that's being brought up to them is a truth, again, about you and your dynamic with that person. Now they have to do the work. It is highlighting the work that which they need to do within. And they're either going to get on board or they're not. The dragonfly, lighthearted, adapting, finding out, change, things coming to light and healing. Sword and rose, clarity, truth, revelations, honor, protection, determination. What comes for you in the future, I asked. Death, it's rebirth, blowing a kiss, loving yourself, unconditional love. The rebirth, the transition, the passion, the abundance, and love. Everything that fires up your creative senses. It's coming. Be patient through this transition. They don't happen overnight. I love this full moon for you. However, this wasn't necessarily intended for the full moon. This was to just kind of give you insight to this. Again, channel members, full moon live will happen, and we'll get to do that together there. I think it's going to be a wonderful experience. I'll set up a premiere or reminder or whatever for the time and whatnot once I get the day figured out this week, and we will do that collective thing on the channel membership. So if you've not joined, please do sign up. We'd love to have you there. There's extra videos and content that come out to channel members, all exclusive content. So with that, collective, I hope you found this reading rather long but very useful for you. I hope it gives you guidance into your situation. I'm sending you all love. Personal reads are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. And with that, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.